The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School boys basketball. WLCN's coverage of Rail Splitter basketball is sponsored by Bees Landscaping for all your outdoor landscaping projects and needs. Located at 1302 State Route 10 East on the east edge of Lincoln. Call 217-732-4300. Brian Clark State Farm Insurance for home, auto, life, and health insurance needs. See Brian to review a quote, for help understanding your current policy, or to get started on your personal price plan. Stop by the office at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Chase Lowry, your Edward Jones financial advisor, located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office, member SIPC. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent. Call 217-737-7581. Darren Powell State Farm Insurance, located on the square in Mount Pulaski at 114 East Cook Street, offering competitive rates on auto, home, life, and business insurance. Phone 217-792-3371. Expedia Cruises, offering air, land, and sea vacations. Located at 1520 East College Street in Normal, call Greg Phillips at 309-429-6280. First National Bank in Tremont, your local community bank that strives to build relationships and is trusted with your community's financial needs. Located at 710 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Visit TremontBank.com to learn more about products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and to attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Find them on Facebook or learn more at myfgec.org. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Lincoln Land Communications, located at 1326 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Serving the area since 1986, Lincoln Land Communications provides sales and service for security cameras, two-way radios, commercial phone and sound systems, LED lighting, car stereos, and much more. Call 217-735-5454. Me Realty. Locally owned and operated, Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Sal Polis, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, located at 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 217-732-4001. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball.
Good evening, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer basketball. It's time for the Josh Comnick Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. I'm your host, Josh Comnick, and we're on the road in Rochester as the Railers get set to take on the Rockets from Rochester High School. In just a moment, I'll be joined by Scott Kirby as we break down tonight's matchup. We thank you for joining us on the home of every Lincoln Railer contest this season, WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Again, Railer fans, thanks for joining us here from Rochester High School at the Rochester Athletic Complex, getting set for Central State 8 basketball here on a Saturday night, where the Railers check in with a record of 6-3 on the season and 2-1 in Central State 8 play, while the Rochester Rockets come into tonight's contest with a record of 3-4 and 1-2 in Central State 8 action. Railer sophomores take their first loss on the season to fall to 4-1 on the season with a score of 44-39. We'll kick it back to the studios for a quick break. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer basketball.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Welcome back, Railer Nation, here from Rochester High School, getting set for the Railers and the Rockets from the Rochester Athletic Complex. Josh Comnick along with Scott Kirby and Lloyd Kirby. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. And Scott, off a victory that was brought on by the Grand Marshal last night, Joe Ryan.
Yeah.
He was responsible, he said, for the pregame speech that held Muhammad to 2 points in the first half. I'm not sure why we went away from Joe, but Scott's back here.
Well, that's a great question, and Joe's pregame speeches tend not to score points, so maybe he should have been here tonight. But yeah, a good win for the Railers last night against the Bulldogs. It's kind of I talked to Coach Al today. It's kind of a bittersweet victory, as Coach Schonauer, former Railer,
yep.
and Coach Alexander was a mentor of his, and Bulldogs basketball kind of down right now, but he'll get them moving in the right direction, and the Railers got to come out tonight and repeat that same performance, because this is a Rochester team, Josh. It's much improved. It's not the Rochester of old.
Right.
They've got a pretty good squad.
Back when we were in the Central State 8, Rochester was at the bottom of the league in basketball. Not necessarily every sport, but in basketball they were at the bottom. And Coach Tony Gavin has got these guys going. He's got a young squad that comes in here tonight. But funny factor, I guess, just a little thing from last night's game. We talked with Coach in the post game. That was the first time he's ever coached against a former player, which caught me by surprise. I thought surely at some point in his career,
many of years.
and all the basketball talent that he's put through the Railer program, that someone would have become a coach, and some just haven't played against Coach Alexander, and he said he felt nervous. I mean, a guy that's been doing it for 40-some years, and I asked him how do you think Adam felt that last night, which was a really cool thing for a lot of Railer fans. I know some Railer fans were in attendance because of the Schoenauers and Adam, at what he was able to do at Lincoln, and what their family is in our town, and really kind of a neat thing for Coach Al to be nervous against one of his former players.
Yeah, you never want your understudy to come in and show you up, and not to say that was a little more motivation for him, but it was a good moment for him. I'm sure a great moment for Coach Schoenauer. He played at Lincoln over the holiday tournament, Thanksgiving tournament, and just being back and playing against a team that you played for, I'm sure it's pretty special for him. The scoreboard didn't say so, but it's nice for him to come home and get on that Railer court again. Some of
the common opponents that the Railers and the Rockets have taken on so far this year, especially in the Central State 8, the Railers were victorious over Southeast. So was Rochester, and then Jacksonville, they lost to Jacksonville 62-60 in overtime, and of course we were doing the game when Lincoln fell last Friday night to Jacksonville. So I don't think you can look at this game and say that this would be a game the Railers would necessarily be all that much favored in.
No.
Just because of the common opponents, what they've both done to each team, and again, on the road here, the Railers have not been on the road a lot this year yet, and we'll find a tough environment here in Rochester.
Yeah, you will, and we had a good road outing last Saturday at East Peoria, and they've kind of kept it going. But yeah, this is going to be a tough game for them, and it should be a close game throughout. Back-to-back
games for the Railers, victorious last night over Mahomet, and then the Railers back here in action on this Friday night. The Railers won't be in action. They'll have basically 6 days off before they hit the court again, as they take on Washington next Friday night. 6 minutes left here in the warm-ups. We'll kick it back to the studios for a quick break. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Back here from the Rochester Athletic Complex, getting set for Central State 8 basketball here on this Saturday evening as the Railers and the Rockets check in here in Central State 8 play. Again, the Railers 6-3 on the season, 2-1 in conference play, while Rochester checks in at 3-4 and 1-2 in Central State 8 action. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. 4 minutes left here, and we hope, as we talked about earlier, Scott, to get this going quickly. The Railers also going to need to get off to a good start. It's always a big thing to get off to a good start on the road.
Yeah, it is, and it's an environment that you don't want Rochester to stick around because, we look at the teams they played, they keep it close, and, we didn't play our A game against Jacksonville. Like to have that one back, and Rochester gave them a game, and like you said last night, they lost to Centennial by 20.
Yeah.
So
they're coming off a defeat, and we're coming off a big win.
We're coming off a big win, so we don't really know what Rochester team we're going to see tonight. But anytime these two, face each other on the court, it's going to be a battle.
That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show. After word from our sponsors, Scott and I will be back here in Rochester to bring you the play-by-play action as Lincoln takes on the Rockets. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Connick, Ground Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Lincoln Railer Basketball is on the air. Good evening, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Rail Splitter Basketball. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCN Sports are pleased to bring you tonight's contest from Rochester, Illinois, on the campus of Rochester High School as the Lincoln Railers take on the Rockets from Rochester. Good evening, this is Scott Kirby alongside Josh Comnick, Lloyd Kirby on the camera, and Joel Lee back at the studio, and we're all set to bring you all of tonight's action. It's time to check tonight's list of the games, sponsored by Me Realty. List your home with Me Realty when it's time to sell, and if you're looking to buy, check the listings at merealty.com. Josh, we know some of the keys that the Raiders have to maintain this season. What are three tonight?
Well, a quick start, I think, as we always say, we talked about earlier on the road, you got to get off to a good start. Don't let their crowd get into it. They've got a nice crowd from Rochester across the way here. You don't want the home crowd to get into it. Obviously, the Railers have to score the ball, probably something we're going to talk about a lot this season. And I think rebounding, too. You know, the Railers' defense has been really, really good. We give up, I think, 15 or 17 last night, averaging about 35 points a game given up. So we've got to keep that going. The Railer defense has been a staple this season. Let's keep it rolling.
We'd like to wish a good evening to all of our listeners that are tuning in to WLCN 96.3 FM, listening on the Go on the Mixler app, or watching our live stream video on YouTube. We hope you enjoy tonight's broadcast. And that was tonight's list of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. Looks like we're getting set for the national anthem.
Yeah, they don't mess around here. That's 15 minutes.
Yep.
15 minutes to warm up, and it's go time.
Let's go. Let's send it back to the studio. We'll take a commercial break as the playing of the national anthem, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and opening tip here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Illinois. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And
national anthem has been played. Getting set for starting lineups here for the Railers and the Rockets. Of course, the Railers will be the visitors here, first to come out, and they do not have a scoreboard to let us know who's going to be starting, so we're going to go on the fly along with their starting lineup announcer. First for the Railers, 6-3 on the season, 2-1 in Central State 8 play. First man out, number 3, a 6-foot senior, Schilling, Trey Schilling. At the other guard, number 10, a 5'7" senior, Keon Carson. At another guard, 6'3" and a sophomore, number 5, Carson Comnick. At one forward, number 12, 5'9" and a junior, Gabe Smith. And the man in the middle, 6'5" and a junior, number 30, Drew Hayes. Of course, the head coach Neil Alexander, assisted by Greg Alexander, Zach Dom, Eric Ewald, Brandon Bird Farmer, Josh J. McMcCullen, and Gary Rademacher. First man out for the Rockets, a 5'10" senior, number 4, Henry Bucher. At another guard, number 5, 6'2" and a senior, Cannon Bruce. Number 22 is a 6'4" freshman, 22, Eli Cox. 33 is a 6'4" sophomore, Tanner Beal. And number 24, 6'3" and a junior, Jack Melton. The Rockets are coached by Mr. Tony Gavin.
We are all set here at Rochester High School as the Railers take on the Rockets. The Railers in their traveling reds, Rockets in their home whites. And we are all set for tonight's opening tip, sponsored by Chicago Street Rentals, located at 1909 Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Hayes and Beal set to tip. The ball is up and controlled by the Rockets.
Let's see where the Rockets will go here with their shooter. I believe their shooter on the outside is Mr. number 4, Henry Bucher. The Railers have to figure out where he's at all times.
Bucher with the basketball, now in the corner. Now they'll work it back to the left. Bucher over to Bruce. Bruce dribbles right, picked up there by Carson. Now they'll work it up top. Now swing it left in the corner to Bucher. That's Bruce. Up top to Cal Bruce. Now Bucher, feed it inside, nothing there, stolen away, and Comnick grabs the loose ball.
Yeah, good turnover by the Railers, trying to open this possession. Kick up ahead to Schilling.
Carson dribbles in, nothing there, kicks it out to Comnick. Now Hayes at the free throw line. Swing it right, now to Smith. Now they'll work it back to the left.
Looks like Rochester opens up in a man-to-man.
Schilling left wing, now goes right to Carson. Corner Smith, loses the handle of it. Turnover Railers, going to be Rockets basketball.
Yeah, one possession for the Rockets, turnover, one possession for the Railers, and a turnover as well.
Rocket basketball, no score, just a little over a minute's gone by in this first quarter here in Rochester.
Yeah, you might expect a low-scoring game. This may be a Chatham-like game here for the Railers and the Rockets.
3 on the way, off the rim, no good. And Schilling there with the rebound. Kicks it to Carson. He'll trot it up across the half-court line. Now go right to Hayes. Now Schilling right wing. Smith right corner. Nothing there. Now they'll work it back to the left. Comnick up top. Now dribbles back to the right. Gets it to Carson. Carson. Smith. Now Comnick right wing. They'll work it to the left. Hayes to Smith in the corner. Now they'll kick it back out. Schilling 3 on the way, off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound Rockets. They get it up in a hurry. Try to get it inside. Kick it out. Melton in the corner. Now up top to Bucher.
Similar size with the Railers and the Rockets. You know, both Hayes and Cox underneath, 6'4", similar build. Not a lot of weight to them, but very similar in their stature. Turnover, Rockets.
Turnover, Rockets, as Bucher tried to feed Melton down low. Didn't see it, went out of bounds. Railer basketball. Still no score. 5:35 to go in the first.
Yeah, Railers see if we can get a set call here and get something going offensively toward the hoop.
There's a little feed to Hayes, a little too strong. He'll save it in. But Rochester's there, but he was out of bounds. That's Melton. It's going to be Railer basketball on the sideline. Schilling to inbound. He'll kick it up top to Carson. 5:24 on the clock, no score. Smith, now Hayes. They'll work it to the right to Smith. Carson, little feed to Hayes, up under the basket, too strong, no good. Rockets with the rebound. Good look.
Yeah, you're right. Pick and roll with Hayes and Keon, and one that we love to have for Hayes to convert. Easy layup. Turnover again by Rochester. 3 possessions now, 3 turnovers, so the defense is there. Railers got to put the ball in the hole.
3 minutes gone by, still no score. See if the Railers can break that here with this possession. Carson gets it across, now gives it to Hayes. They'll work it to the left with Smith. Schilling, Smith left corner. Work it up top to Hayes, now Carson right wing. Looking for Hayes underneath, Comnick. Now Hayes will get it left corner. Now Smith back to Hayes. Hayes will go left, find the lane, nothing there. Kicks it out to Schilling. Now they'll work it back up top to Carson. Schilling, 3 on the way, off the rim, no good. Bucher there with the rebound. And tapped out of there by Hayes. He'll grab it, save it to Rochester. Up with the running jumper, no good. Tracked down and thrown out of bounds off of Hayes. Going to stay with Rockets.
Yeah, the Railers got away with one there too. Nice cut by Rochester right to the basket. They missed somewhat of a point blank layup, and the Railers couldn't control the rebound, so out of bounds Rockets, and the Railers back in that 1-2-2.
Still no score. Just about to the 4-minute mark here in the first. First basket wins.
4 minutes gone by and no points.
Rochester works it around. Now up top to Cal Bruce that is. 3 on the way. Got it. Henry Bruce with the 3, and the Rockets hit the scoreboard first with a 3-pointer. 3:42 to go in the first. Railers with the ball. Carson over to Smith left wing. Now Hayes right elbow. Finds a Comnick. He'll dribble in on his man. Nothing there. Kick it in the corner. 3 on the way. Got it.
Yeah.
Schilling. Was it a 3 or a 2?
I think they're going to, according to the scoreboard, they're going to give him a 3, and that's been our first quarter guy. He's been hot in that first quarter, especially Schilling with a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer.
Yes, sir. Now a steal by Lincoln. Push up Schilling. Up. Left it short. Had it redirected, left it just short. Rockets with the basketball. They'll push it up with Bucher. Bucher dribbles in, passes, tries to get it in to Henry Bruce. Another turnover on the Rockets. Railer basketball.
Well, they've got 5 turnovers now, and the times they've got a shot, they've got a good look, but unable to get the ball into where they need to get it because of the turnover. So Railer defense holding strong as they have so far this season.
Brooks Gavin, a 6'2 sophomore, checks in for the Rockets. Raiders with the ball, tied up at 3. Hayes dribbles up on his guy. Cal Bruce going to draw the foul as Hayes is trying to get to the rim. Raider basketball. Comnick will throw it all the way in to Carson. He had to track it down there. Now they get it to Comnick left wing, back to Carson. All the way across to Schilling. Schilling, little alley-oop to Smith, up and good.
Yeah, nice back screen there by Hayes. Well set up by the Railers, and a good call by Coach Alexander for an easy basket.
You know, we've seen that run to Hayes. We've seen it to Sanders. Now Smith was able to sneak in there and get an easy bucket. And a blocking foul on Schilling. That's his first, team first. Railers 5, Rochester 3 with 2:28 to go in the first.
Checking in, Gowan, Miller, and Sanders for the Railers. Staying in is Comnick and Hayes. Looks like Swinney will check in, number 1. Nate Swinney, a 5'9" freshman for the Rockets.
And he'll get the ball up top. Over to Bucher. Bucher to Bruce. Inside. To Cal Bruce, up and good, and we're tied at 5 with 2:15 to go.
Yeah, quick pass in there to Cox, it looks like 22.
Is that Cox or Bruce?
Nice, Cox. Good play there. Yeah, Cox 22 with the basket for the Rockets, but then it was high-low by Hayes and Sanders puts it in, give that lead back to the Railers 5-7. Like a foul on somebody for Lincoln. It looks like maybe Sanders.
Rochester basketball. Railers up 7-5. 1:40 to go in the first. Good defense by Sanders. Hayes stepped in front of it. Rochester able to grab it out of there.
Travel.
Yeah,
good call
on Gavin.
Carson with some nice anticipation on that side. He knew he was going to try to dribble in and then kick it, and Carson kind of read that before it happened and caused the travel by Rochester.
Going to be Lincoln basketball. 7-5 Railers lead. 1:30 to go in the first quarter. Hayes. Now they'll work at the big Frank. Miller. Now Gowan. Hayes kicks it out to Miller and went off his hands. I think Miller thought Hayes was going to the rim, kicked it out, and he just wasn't ready.
It looked like Hayes had a lane to the basket, too, from our position. We're right on the court here, out of bounds on the far end, and Hayes had a drive to the basket, and you said, I think it tipped off Rochester, then tipped off Miller, and turnover for the Railers.
Rochester with the basketball. That's Bruce with it up top. Now Bucher. Bucher dribbles in on Comnick. Comnick cuts him off. Now back to the left in the corner. Bruce, 3.
Got it. 2 of them. 2 threes for Bruce, and the Railers got to figure out where he's at.
Railers down by 1, under a minute to go in the first. Frank Sanders in the corner. Now Miller dribbling, kick it to Sanders. Sanders, nothing there. He'll spin out, loses it, and they're going to get a foul on Bucher as he hit Sanders on the arm.
Yeah, you're right, number 4, it looks like. So the second team foul. 41 seconds left here. Rockets up 8-7. Both teams with 2 fouls.
Comnick to inbound. On the baseline, gets it up to Miller. 40 seconds on the clock. Railers down 1 with the basketball.
Yeah, it looks like the Rockets, anytime the Railers take it out of bounds, they're going to go to a 2-3 zone.
Hayes, pull up, jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, no good. Sanders there for the rebound. And Sanders shuffled his feet as he tried to get position. Thought he had a dribble in there, Josh, and he came set again. But
I don't know if he shuffled the feet before he put the ball on the floor, but another good rebound by Sanders underneath, an offensive rebound after the miss by Hayes, and that's something the Railers can do here a little bit against Rochester with some size, especially when Hayes and Sanders are in there together.
Rochester with the basketball up by 1, 10 seconds to go in the first. They'll hold for 1. Bucher dribbles in, now kicked off our leg, off the Railers, going to stay with the Rockets. 5.3 on the clock. Rochester to inbound on the sideline, right in front of the Lincoln bench. Gets it into Bucher, guarded by Gowan. Now feed it into Sanders with 1 second.
Gotta go.
And couldn't get a shot off, but the Railers able to hold on the last second shot. And we'll go to the second quarter with your score. Rochester Rockets 8, Lincoln Railers 7. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back with Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. connect with FGEC online. Follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Welcome back to Rochester High School. Scott Kirby, Josh Comnick, Lloyd Kirby, and Jolie Lurcher back at the studio as the Rochester Rockets take a 1-point lead into the second quarter. Will be Railer basketball to start the second. They'll work it around top to Hayes. Now that's Gowan, left wing. Sanders, left corner. Now Miller dribble left. Pull up for the jumper. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound Rochester. Beal flies in there for the rebound. Now kicks it up to Bruce. Nothing there. They'll reset up top. Bucher. Now back to Bucher. Feed it into Beal. Nothing there. Tapped out of there on the ground. And Beal rips it out of there, and we're going to get a foul on the Railers as they tried to reach in to force a jump ball, but grabbed his arm instead.
Yeah, Beal with it right in the middle and kind of got tipped away a couple times. He was able to regain it, and the Railers all over when he brought it down. Just looked like Miller got caught with a reach.
Bucher to inbound, gets it into Bruce. Bruce for another three, got it. Bruce with 3 3-pointers, and lead is 11-7 Rochester.
9 of the 11 come from Bruce, all on 3-pointers.
Gowan for a three, step back three, got it, and it's a Chris Coyne State Farm 3-pointer for Gowan.
Yeah, big answer there by the senior. Gowan did the pick and roll with Hayes, and both their mans kind of went on Hayes after that pick and roll, left Gowan open at the top of the key, the best spot for the shooter to shoot.
11-10 Rochester. Rockets with the basketball. Bucher dribbles right. Now feeds it down low. Good recovery by Hayes. Now they'll kick it out to Bucher. He'll dribble left. Try to feed it down low. Tapped out of there. Swaney with the basketball. Now gets it to Bruce. Back to Bucher. Feed it in to Beal. On the ground. Could be a travel there. No call. Jump ball's the call.
Well, the Railers are feisty all over the ball. I mean,
they are.
You're right. He went to the ground with the ball, and I don't know if he had great control of it, but anytime Beal gets it, they are all over him. And Beal doesn't look like he's real aggressive to the basket. I thought a couple of times where should have been able to catch it and turn and face or go to the basket, and he's been. And once the Railers see that or feel that, they are all over him.
11-10 Rochester. 6:17 to go in the second. Rockets with the ball. Bruce. Now to Bucher. Bucher will dribble right. Yeah. Nothing there. Backs it back out. Now picks up his dribble. Kicks it in the corner. Three on the way. Tipped. And Gowan is there to grab the rebound.
Good job by Sanders of going out and contesting the shot. Got a fingertip on it. Redirected that shot.
Raiders with the basketball, down 1. Hayes, right wing. Now back to Miller. He'll dribble to his left, give it to Sanders. Now right elbow. 3 on the way. Schilling left it short. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Miller. Now Gowan fakes a 3. Pulls it back out. Miller, he'll fight through the lane, but I think Bucher grabbed him on the way.
Yeah, good shot fake by Gowan on that side. Got a couple guys to go after it. Then kicked it to Miller. Miller did a good job of being aggressive to the basket. Picked up a foul against Rochester. So their second foul, I believe, of the quarter. 5:31 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and that's the second one on Bucher. Schilling all the way up top to Miller. Miller dribbles left, gives it Schilling left wing. Schilling to dribble right, now to Miller right wing. Feed Hayes in the corner. The head fake up and too strong, no good. Rochester with the rebound. And just Schilling just all over.
Yeah.
All over Swaney.
I thought Hayes got hit again down here.
Yeah.
Nice play by the Railers. Got him point blank range again and took some contact from Cox, but no call. And Hayes had a few of those underneath the basket that the Railers would like to have back.
And we saw that at East Peoria too. A bunch of no calls, and Hayes is going to start not wanting to go down there anymore. Jumper on the way, no good. Hayes there with the rebound. Kicks it up to Miller, now to Gowan. Gowan, corner, three on the way, no good. Fought for, on the ground, still on the ground. And we're going to get a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Railers.
A lot of fumbles going on here tonight.
There is. Number 3 is going to check in for the Rockets. That's Gavin. Keon Carson checks back in for the Railers. And Bucher will have a seat for the Rockets. Smith's going to check in for Sanders. So the Raiders going with their smaller lineup. Carson with the basketball. Now Gowan. Work at the Schilling left wing. Schilling spins around, gives it back to Carson. Carson dribbles right, kicks it out to Gowan. Feed it in. Now they'll work it back. Hayes going to take a jumper from the top of the key. No good. Fought for underneath. Still fought for. And Gowan with the rebound.
Yeah, good hustle by Smith under there. Kept that ball alive. He didn't get the rebound, but he tipped it out and let Gowan hit them.
Hayes up with the jumper. Couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound up and rolls around and good.
Reward him with a little hustle underneath there. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in. Hayes with another big basket.
Raiders up by 1. Tipped away by Gowan. Up and good. Gowan with the defensive play turned into points, and the Raiders up by 3. And the Raiders picking up the pressure now. Cox kicks it in to Swaney. Now in the corner. Back to Swaney. Tried to feed it in. Tapped out of there. No good. Carson up to Gowan. Up and got it to go. The foul. Well, and Gowan will go to the line.
You see the Raiders trying to push the ball a little bit more, Scott, and using that speed when you've got Gowan and Keon out there. Smith, Schilling, and Hayes can really run the floor, and it looks like the Raiders, a little point of that is to get the ball moving and get it out. You saw a three-pointer on a transition the last time, and then kicked it up again to Gowan for an easy layup and the foul.
Raiders up by 5, 3:38 to go in the first half. Gowan gets a free throw.
Free throw up, no good.
Rattles in and out, no good. Rochester with the rebound. Bucher back into the ball game for the Rockets.
Well, there's always ball pressure on the ball is always being pressured here lately by the Railers.
Tried to do a little backdoor to Melton. Tapped out of there, off the Raiders, going to stay with the Rockets. Rockets to inbound. Melton kicks it all the way up top. Tried to get it to Swaney. Threw it over his head, out of bounds. Going to be Raider basketball right in front of Rochester bench. Oh, no, it wasn't touched, so they're going to take it back to the baseline. And really, timeout on the court, Josh.
For the Rockets, it looks like it's a full timeout. We'll keep it right here, but it's been all Bruce so far for Rochester. 9 of the 11, all on 3 3-pointers for the Rockets, and the Railers have really got after the other guys.
Brian Clark, State Farm Insurance for home, auto, life, and health insurance needs. See Brian to review a quote for help understanding your current policy or to get started on your personal price plan. Stop by the office at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln or call 217-732-6211. You can also visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, helping people, changing lives. America's Poverty Fighting Network. Call 217-732-2159 or find them online at capsil.info. The Carpet House, the professional design team, will work with you for 100% satisfaction. Stop by the showroom at 1320 Woodlawn Road or call 217-735-2531. It's going to be Railer basketball on their, Rochester's baseline with 3:25 to go. Raiders up by 5. And Hayes will inbound to Carson. Schilling, alley-oop, Hayes up and good.
Good play again. You talked about it, Scott. Last time we usually run that to Hayes. We ran it to Smith the first time, and now Hayes for both baskets for the Railers.
Railers up by 7. Rochester with the ball. Bucher guarded there by Carson. He'll come out on him. Now Bucher spins around him, goes in the corner to Melton. Melton nowhere to go. Good trap by the Railers. Now they'll find Swaney over to Bruce.
Yeah, they got Bruce pushed out way past the three-point line, probably past where he really likes it.
All the way across court. Nothing there. Now they'll kick up top over to Bucher. Bucher dribbles in, kicks it out. Now a 3 on the way by Melton is up and good.
Yeah, good ball movement there by Rochester. The Railers really scrambling that time on defense. Covered up Bruce, which they should have. He's hit 3 3-pointers so far, and they left 24 wide open Melton, and he buried it.
Railers with the ball up by 4. Carson now to Gowan, back to Carson. He'll go over to Schilling, who gives it to Smith. Now Hayes, left corner. Now they'll work it back to the right. Carson picks up his dribble, gives it to Hayes. Now Smith, right corner. Looks for Gowan, nothing there, stolen away, and saved by Swaney. Bucher dribbles in. Now spins around, goes back to the hoop, kicks it out, and there's going to be a foul on the Railers. Raiders up by 4, 1:48 to go in the first half. Rochester ball on their own baseline.
2 fouls on Schilling, and Komnick will check in for him for this last minute 48 here in the first half.
Bucher to inbound, gets it in to Cox. Now back to Bucher. Kicks it out top. Now another 3 on the way. I think it was partially blocked. No good. Gets his own rebound. Melton, that is. Now they'll kick it over to Bucher, left corner. Guarded there by Smith. Picks up his dribble. Now gives it to Melton in the corner. 3 on the way. No good. Rims in and out. Rebound Rochester. Cox. Melton tries for another 3 off the rim, no good. And Smith there for the rebound, kicks it out to Carson with 1:18 to go in the first half. Smith gets to the lane, kicks it out. Carson, Komnick loses it. And Swaney tracks it down. Now they'll set up their offense. Bucher dribbles in, up, off the backboard, rolls around, no good. Smith there with the rebound with under a minute to go in the first half. Railer basketball. Gowan kicks it out to Carson, now over to Hayes. Down to 50. Carson kicks it out to Komnick. Komnick dribbles in, pulls up, jumper too strong. Hayes there for the rebound. Didn't go out of bounds. Now they'll kick it up to number 5, and Bruce is able to finish and cuts the lead down to 2 for the Railers with 30 seconds to go. See if they hold for the last shot here with 24 on the clock. Carson up top. He'll sit there and dribble until Bucher comes out.
Man-to-man against Rochester. We'll see if Coach Gavin looks to switch that as the Railers get going here. Now with 12, probably going to get flowing here.
10 on the clock. Now they'll start the play with Smith. Now Hayes, left elbow. Now Komnick dribble around his guy. Up and couldn't get it to go. Left it short. Melton couldn't get a shot off, and after the first half here in Rochester, it's the Lincoln Railers 18, the Rochester Rockets 16. We'll take a commercial break. We come back, we'll have the halftime show here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter Boys Basketball. WLCN's live video stream coverage of LCHS Railer Basketball is sponsored by Bees Landscaping, Brian Clark State Farm Insurance, Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Culver's of Lincoln, Independent health insurance agent Dara Entwistle. Darren Powell, State Farm Insurance. Expedia Cruises. First National Bank in Tremont. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center of Lincoln. Heartland Community College, Lincoln. Lincoln Land Communications. Me Realty. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis. Schneider Masonry. And United Community Bank. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Railer Boys Basketball. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Welcome back, Railer Nation, as the Railers lead it here at halftime in Rochester, 18-16. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Josh Comnick along with Scott Kirby and Lloyd Kirby here from the Rochester Athletic Complex. And Scott, other than Bruce, the Railers have done a pretty good job on the Rockets. He's got 3 3-pointers, 9 of their 16. And I would say the Railers have missed some layups. Hayes has had a few. Comnick missed one there last second shot of the half, where you put 6 more points on the board and you like your lead a little bit more.
Yeah, we left some points off the board, like you said, Josh. A couple of, I don't want to say easy baskets because they were contested, but we got to finish strong around the rim, which we've talked about before. I think our kids anticipate that foul a little too much.
Sometimes,
instead of just going up, go strong. Hopefully you'll get the call. If not, just
get to the free throw line.
Yeah, get to the free throw line, but just go up strong, get it in the bucket. I know it's easy for me to say over here.
Well, don't expect contact. If contact comes, you gotta adjust around
and
it.
hopefully the officials call it.
Right.
I know Hayes has taken a beating, last Saturday, as we spoke about earlier, and but he's still going to the basket. We just got to finish those, the points in the paint.
Railer defense scrappy as ever. Scott has turned the ball, has forced Rochester to turn the ball over multiple times, probably double digits here for Rochester. So I think if you're Rochester, you're probably pretty happy with where you're at as far as many times as you turn the ball over. And again, the Railers just kind of living on that defense right now.
Yeah.
Only 18 points here at halftime. And thank goodness, I thought Aiden Gowan came in and gave a big spark to the Railers. He hit a three-pointer. He got to the basket on a layup on a transition, and then he got to another transition layup where he got fouled. So a big boost off the bench for Gowan with 7 points in that first half.
Yeah, and the Railers, I guess, could be happy where they're at. Like we said, they left some points off the board, but our defense is swarming, and we're causing turnovers. And the hustle's there. We're diving after the balls and playing solid defense, but we just got to get our offensive, sets going and get some points on the board, and just keep playing hard.
Give Rochester some credit. They've switched up their defense several different times. They've gone man, they've gone zone, especially out of bounds. They'll stay in that zone once the Railers get it inbounds. And then they've been able to switch it up a few times on different possessions in that first half. So the Railers have to kind of learn and go on the fly, which is always something a little bit different rather than a team staying in the same defense all the time. But a defensive battle here from Rochester as the Railers lead at 18-16 at half. We'll kick it back to the studios for a quick break. Back with more of the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cook-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Back here from Rochester, both teams hitting the court here after their halftime discussion. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left here before we're going to kick it to the third quarter. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby and Lloyd Kirby. And the Railers will be back in action on Friday. So 6-day layoff south on 55 for Collinsville, which will be 4 games down in Collinsville, and that's starting on Wednesday, the December the 27th. And that time has been decided. The Railers will be in action at 7:30, barring everything's on time.
Let's hope so.
That's a late start for us.
That is a late start. That's
for us. I'm not talking about for the kids.
Just about our bedtime.
Yeah,
and,
they'll have a late one, and then they'll turn around and play 2 on Saturday, 2 on Thursday, and then finish up the tournament with 1 on Friday, depending on how the Railers fare in those first couple contests. So
yeah, and that first game's key. You always want to win that first one. You don't want to get stuck in that auxiliary gym.
It's tough for the fans because there's limited seating. It's a different gym. It's a small, compact place, and there's very limited cell service to go along with it. So as broadcasters and for you listeners at home, you would everyone love to see the Railers especially get that first W down in Collinsville.
Well, apparently we were saying Bucher. It's Beaker.
Beaker, okay.
Beaker.
Gotcha.
I was corrected by my fill-in from last night.
Oh, well.
So we'll get that corrected.
Nothing less.
My apologies.
To correct us on the Rochester lineup.
And he was a straight-up stud, wide receiver DB, and first-team All-State.
Football, I would assume.
Football. There's no DBs in basketball or wide receivers.
I kind of call Hayes and those backs a defensive back a little bit. Maybe a safety, I guess.
It's going to be Rochester basketball to start the second half. Railers up by 2.
Got to know where Bruce is.
Beaker with the basketball. Now gives it to Bruce, back to Beaker. Kick it in, wide open Cox, nothing there, they'll kick it back out of bounds off of Rochester. But Cox has a little bit of a lane there. He decided to kick it back out, and it favored the Railers.
I've noticed they're guys that catch it in the middle tend not to catch and face.
Yeah, they're not even looking at the basket. They're looking to kick back out for that 3.
Right.
That time they turned it over. Railers with the basketball up 2. Gowan to Smith. Now they'll work it around with Hayes. Now Schilling, a little different lineup coming out the second half. Smith for a 3 off the front of the rim. Schilling tracks it down, gets it to Carson. Now they'll reset with Hayes and Gowan. Gowan goes left, backs it out, thinks about a 3. Now kicks it over to Carson left wing. Back to Gowan, over to Schilling right wing.
Well, the man-to-man Rochester defense very packed in there, not letting the Railers get anything with their handoff, so Coach Alexander will go to a set play.
It's 3 on the way by Schilling. Couldn't get it to go. Melton there with the rebound for the Rockets. Now Beaker with it. Kicks it over to Melton. Melton back to Beaker. Get it across the timeline. 6:40 to go in the third. Railers up 2. Bruce, he'll back it out. Give it to Melton. Now Melton back to Bruce. In the corner to Beaker. All the way across to Melton. Nothing there. Picked up by Schilling. Now they'll reset up top. Beaker left wing. Guarded by Carson. He'll go left. Smith reached in. And got a foul on Smith as Beaker drove by him. Smith reached out there and got called for the foul. That's his first, team first, with 6:19 to go in the third. Railers still up by 2. Beaker to inbound, gets it in to Beal. Now kick it over. Cox. Now Beaker all the way to Melton in the corner. Schilling picks him up.
Schilling right on him. Right on the catch.
Now Cox, he'll go left, nothing there, back to the right to Beaker. Cox dribbles in, left-handed shot up off the backboard and good, and we are tied up at 18 with under 6 minutes to go in the third.
Nice bank shot there by the freshman, got in the lane off a drive and used the board and ties this thing up.
Raiders with the ball. Carson to the right. Now they'll do the little weave up top. Schilling kicks it over to Gowan. Gowan to Hayes. Now a reset up top with Carson. Right wing Schilling. Gowan right corner. As the Raiders work it around, Carson calls the play. Hayes left wing. Work it to the right. Now back up top to Hayes. Corner Carson. Kick it out. Smith gets to the basket, up and good. Good move by Smith. Blew by his guy and had to do a little double clutch, but got it to go.
Nice aggressive move there by Smith. He caught it and he had one thing on his mind, and that was get to the basket, and he did and finished.
Raiders up 2, 4:50 to go in the third. Rochester with the ball. They work it in the corner to Cox, and tapped out of bounds off the Railers. Going to stay with Rochester. They'll get it into Beaker. Now kick it up top. 3 on the way from Bruce, in and good.
Boy, 4 3-pointers. The Railers unable to find him again on just a skip pass from the corner right up to the top, and Railers have lost track of Bruce several times.
Rochester back up by 1. Railers with the basketball. Schilling. Now Smith gets it to Carson. Carson goes right to Schilling. Nothing there. They'll reset up top with Hayes. Now Smith in the corner. Schilling. Carson now over to Gowan. Hayes right corner. They're working back up top. Schilling goes left. Nothing there. Got hit on the arm by Beaker, and that's his third. Third foul on Beaker. First team foul for the Rockets. 3:56 to go. It's 21-20 Rochester. Gowan to inbound for the Railers. Gets it into Carson. Carson will go left to Gowan. Hayes working that baseline. Now pops out right corner. Hayes finds a wide open lane, left it way short, and Rochester comes out there with it.
Yeah, nice drive.
Yeah,
just Hayes
wide open.
Tried to go with that left hand and left it way short, as you said. So good drive by Hayes, just couldn't convert.
Little no-look pass. Now Cox has it out to Beaker. Beaker dribbles in, and he's going to get called for the travel as he took off before he dribbled. Turnover Rochester. It's like Comnick, Miller, and Sanders are going to check in for the Railers. Schilling, Smith will have a seat. as well as Carson. Raiders work it around. Miller goes right, kicks it out to Comnick. Now Comnick to Hayes. Hayes finds another lane up with the right, couldn't get it to go, gets his own rebound, kicks it out. Now they'll reset up top. Comnick dribbles by his guy, nothing there. Now Gowan's going to fire up a three, got it. Gowan with the Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer, and the Raiders up by 2.
Well, I credit Hayes too. He got to the basket again, missed the layup, but it got as he often does, gets his own rebound, and then we worked the ball around and got a open look for Gowan. Gowan's been huge tonight. 10 points for the senior.
Sanders, and we got a. How can you call a timeout?
Nobody had the ball.
Nobody had the ball, but Rochester gets the timeout. We'll keep it right here. Chicago Street Rentals, located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-2422. Chris Coyne State Farm Insurance, with offices in Lincoln and Atlanta, offering great rates on home, auto, life, and renter's insurance. Call 217-732-7755. And Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburgers. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. So Rochester able to get the timeout call before the jump ball, and it will be their basketball coming out of the timeout. Beaker to inbound on his own baseline. 23-21, 2:31 to go in the third. Raiders with the lead. Melton cuts in, nothing there. Now Beaker gets it in the corner. 3 on the way, missed one, and tracked down by Cox. Cox kicks it out to Bruce. Now Bruce hands it over to Beaker. The left wing guarded by Comnick. Now Bruce has to track it down. He does. Back to Beaker. Beaker looking inside, nothing there. Now another travel.
Yeah, Beaker a little confused on the call, but I think he's taken off and releasing that pivot foot before he puts the ball on the ground. So the Raiders with another forced turnover. Got a 23-21 lead here with 2:07 left here in the first. In the third.
It's been going. It went quick. It's going quick. It does feels like it should be the third. Sanders all over his arm, and going to call a foul.
Yeah, finally got it. Yeah. The guy right underneath the basket that was looking directly at it didn't think it was a foul, but
fouls on Cox. Yeah, that's his second, team second. It's going to be Railer basketball on their own baseline. Comnick to inbound, gets it in to Gowan. Now they'll reset up top with Miller. Miller over to Comnick. Now Smith, right wing. Nothing there, picked up his dribble. Now Comnick, top of the key, back to Smith. Raiders working it around, being very patient with 1:35 to go in the third. Miller, now Smith, back to Miller, to the left to Comnick. Feed it into Sanders, kick it out, Comnick, 3 on the way, got it! Comnick with the Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer, and the Raiders up by 5.
Nice inside-out action there between Comnick and Sanders. Sanders caught it. He got double-teamed. Both guys went running to him, and he did a great job of keeping his head up, found Comnick in the corner, and buried a 3.
3 on the way from Bruce, and Bruce answers. 26-24, under a minute to go in the third. Miller kicks it out to Sanders, nothing there. Kick it out to Gowan now. We'll reset with Hayes, over to Comnick, right wing. Now Miller, right corner. Back up top to Gowan, he'll hold it. Let's see if they'll run or try to hold it for the last shot.
I think Rochester content with letting them hold it here, and Coach Al is as well. So the Raiders will get the last shot, we hope, of the third quarter with the lead 26-24.
Hayes is going to hold it with 15 on the clock. Now get it to Miller with 13. Miller goes right, gives it to Hayes, right wing, 10 on the clock. Feeds Sanders, right elbow. Now 3 on the way. Gowan off the rim, no good. Comnick had good position there, and it's going to be tapped out of bounds. It was off of Rochester.
Yeah, easily Rochester slapped it out of Comnick's hands. Wasn't even close.
2.8 on the clock, and now we have a conference down low, and that was, okay.
I understand that. How that.
It's going to be Railer basketball with 2.8 seconds on the clock. Comnick's going to inbound on their own baseline. A little quick to Hayes, up and got it. Hayes with the basket to finish the third, and at the end of 3, it's the Lincoln Railers 28, the Rochester Rockets 24. We'll take a commercial break. We come back. We'll have fourth quarter action here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Welcome back to Rochester High School. Scott Kirby, Josh Comnick, Lloyd Kirby alongside. Jolie Lurcher back at the studio. Raiders with a 4-point lead entering the fourth quarter and have the basketball. They'll work it around. Sanders to Miller. Miller goes right. Now he'll back it out, kick it over to Gowan. Gowan looking for Sanders. Nothing there. Now kicks it off to Hayes. Hayes kicks it out. 3 on the way. Comnick got it! Comnick with another Chris Coyne. State Farm 3-pointer, and the Raiders up 7.
Yeah, great penetration there. Set play as Hayes kind of cleared that out on one side, let him drive, and once Carson's man came in, Hayes did a great job of finding Comnick. Comnick with his second 3 here in the second half.
Rochester with the ball, down 7.
Got to find Bruce. He's got 15 of their 24.
Gavin checks in for Rochester. Now gets it to Cox. Back to Gavin. Over to Swaney. Gavin to Beaker. Keep an eye on Bruce. There goes Beaker to the rim. Up and good for Beaker. And timeout Rochester.
Yeah, Railers, every time we get that somewhat of a comfortable lead, Scott, they have been able to get a big basket, and whether it's been Bruce with some threes or that time Beaker with a nice drive right down the middle.
It's more of our fine sponsors. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent. Call her at 217-737-7581. Eaton Corporation, building over 5 million high-quality commercial and residential power distribution products each year. Check them out online at eaton.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and to attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Find them on Facebook or learn more at myfgec.org.
Full court pressure here by Rochester, like a 2-2-1 press, and we'll just to throw something different at the Railers, maybe slow them up just a little bit.
And they'll get it across the timeline with Gowan. Now back to Hayes. Sanders right corner. And he loses it to Rochester. Beaker on the run. Picked up there by Gowan. Kick it in. Good defense by Hayes as he stepped in front of Cox.
Yeah, he does a lot of things for the Railer team. Last night, 6 boards, 5 assists, only 2 points for Hayes last night, but he had probably close to double-digit steals, and there's another one.
Now the Railers with the ball. They work it around. Hayes top of the key. He'll go left, kick it over to Miller. Miller fakes left, goes right, gets to the lane, goes up with his left, up and no good. Komnick flies in there, and it's going to be out of bounds. A little tangle up there between Swaney and Miller. It's going to be Rochester basketball. Carson's going to check in for Miller. 5:56 to go on the ball game. Raiders with a 5-point lead. Rochester with the ball. Beaker. Now over to Swaney.
Get it, Frank.
Cox in the corner with it. I'm sorry, that's Melton. Now Beaker up top. Now Cox. 3 on the way. Melton, that is. Up over the backboard and out of bounds. Railer basketball.
Yeah, watch out for the press again here for Rochester. Railers up 31-26 with 5:36 left. Going to have to handle some pressure here against Rochester.
Just give it to Carson and let him speed down the court. They break it with ease with Hayes. Now back to Carson. Now Gowan right wing to Carson. Swing it over to Komnick. Feed it into Hayes. Kick it out. Gowan thought about a 3. Now they'll reset. Gowan right wing. Kick it into Hayes. Now feed to big Frank Sanders up off the backboard and good. Little high-low there from Hayes and Sanders with the easy bucket.
Seen a little more of that last couple games, Scott, where we've got Hayes at the free throw line, kicks it down to Sanders. Sanders really good down there lately as a finishing. Oh, that's way off.
That's way out of bounds. Little cross-court pass out of bounds. Turnover Rochester. Railer basketball. 4:54 to go in the game. Railers up by 7. And Rochester are back to press off a little bit as Carson crosses the timeline. Now they'll work it to the right with Gowan. Now back to the left. Komnick, Sanders. Carson blows by his guy. Wide open lane. Up and good for Carson. He's got a quick first step.
Well, and I think, too, he saw the ball screen coming. The defender for Rochester saw the ball screen coming, but Keon didn't use it. He went the other way and did a great job of finding the open lane.
Turnover Rochester. Railers with their biggest lead of the night with 9 with 4:15 to go in the game. Josh still searching for some stats.
Yeah, they're not coming. Our stat man, Andy Fitz, not able to attend tonight, and he's my biggest help.
Railers with the basketball. Under 4 minutes to go on the ball game. Carson, little feed to Sanders. Sanders, head fake up and too strong, no good. Fall for underneath. Cox comes there with the rebound.
Boy, that has been a big basket.
Yes,
Great
sir.
play by the Railers, too.
Now they'll feed Bruce. And we're going to have a block. Yeah, he wasn't there in time. Sanders tried to take the charge, just wasn't set before Bruce went up in the air.
Almost like to see Frank just use the big body and wall up and keep his hands up and see if Bruce can shoot it over the top of him. But Sanders elected to try to take the charge, didn't get it. Railers still up 9 points here with 3:42. Send Bruce, who's been quiet as of late. He's got 5 threes on the night. Step to the line for 2.
Got the first. Gavin's going to check in for Beaker.
Railers got a rebound here.
Free throw up and no good. Railers up by 8 with the basketball with 3:35 to go in the ball game.
See that little high-low again with Hayes and Sanders.
Let's see what the Railers do with this possession. Probably try to eat some time off that clock. Up by 8 with the ball. And if you're going to let Carson stand out of there with the ball, now Gavin will come out on him. Carson dribbles in, finds a lane, kicks it out. Hayes, nothing. Now they'll reset with Carson. Carson dribbles by his guy, kicks it out to Gowan. Now Gowan will dribble out, give it to Hayes. Railers eating some time off that clock. We're down to 3 minutes to go. Carson, kick it out. Gowan. Now back to Carson. He'll go left. Kick it out to Hayes. And going to be out of bounds off Rochester. Lincoln ball. Looks like that's what Lincoln wants to do right now. Let Carson speed by you and kick it back out and run some more time off the clock. And they ran about a minute off.
You're right.
There,
You just can't be afraid to go to the basket, though. If he gives you a lane to go to the hoop, go to it.
Little backdoor to Carson up and got it. Little backdoor from Hayes to Carson, and the Railers up by 10. Now Rochester looking to cut into this 10-point lead with Melton, left corner, now up top to Bruce. Keep an eye on Bruce. Swaney to Bruce, back to Swaney. Now in the corner to Gavin. He'll kick it out to Swaney, now over to Bruce. Back to Swaney, feed it in to Cox. Cox loses it out of bounds off the Railers as Hayes reached in there. And it went off of Hayes, going to stay with the Rockets on their own baseline. Down by 10, 2:09 to go in the ball game here in Rochester, Illinois. Swaney to inbound, gets it in to Bruce. A little double team there. Tried to bounce it off Schilling, couldn't, and Hayes will come out of there with it. Now kick it back to Carson. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Raiders with the ball up by 10. Carson up, left hand, no good. Had a lane, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, but he made a nice drive too, and Cox came over to try to readjust the shot a little bit.
3 on the way by Bruce, got it. And timeout Rochester, and just like that, lead down to 7.
Yeah.
And that's what Bruce can do. We've seen it tonight.
6 threes tonight, 18 points.
Of their 30.
He's got 20 because he had 2 free throws.
He got 20 of their 30.
20 of the 30.
And, it's been all Bruce tonight. We just don't have an answer.
You're right. And really, I thought that time we were up on him, and he just made a tough shot with some guys in his face.
Some more of our fine sponsors. Grow Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. How many years is that, Josh?
I didn't hear you.
70. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to growinc.com. The Grimaldi Law Office, Logan County's online law firm dedicated exclusively to the practice of criminal law. Phone 217-651-8089. Headline Salon at 602.5 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Call Brett at 217-651-8310. Headline Salon, where your hair makes the statement. Railers up by 7, 1:40 to go in the ball game, and they will have the basketball. Hayes to inbound as Rochester extends their full court press. Hayes over to Schilling. Back to Hayes, over to Carson. Thinks about throwing it over there. Now he'll dribble through to Sanders' right corner. Now up top to Hayes, dangerous pass.
Yeah, you're right.
Now Schilling. Tapped away. Schilling tracks it down, and he's going to be hit on the arm.
Yeah, and really Rochester can be really aggressive right here because they're have not committed a foul, just one now, so they're going to go after the ball, and they've got to get the fouls closer. It's not a bonus anymore, but closer to where if they need to foul and they want the Railers to shoot free throws, they've got to get closer to that. So the Railers have to handle the ball. They're going to scramble here.
1:21 to go in the ball game. 37-30 Railers with the basketball. Hayes to inbound on the sideline. Gets it into Carson. Carson picked up there by Swaney. Back to Hayes. Hayes dribbles by Cox. Now picks it up, kicks it over to Gowan. Now that's Sanders. Drives in. Oh, hit his head off the concrete block. I think he's all right.
Yeah, he took a little tumble there.
Let's see if he's all right. Comnick's going to check in for Sanders, and Sanders slid out of bounds, hit the back of his head off the cinder blocks. That doesn't feel good.
No, I don't think so.
Try it.
No.
You got one right behind you.
I'm not very smart, but I would not try that.
It's going to be Railer basketball on the baseline. Schilling's going to inbound, get it into Carson Comnick, that is. Now he'll kick it out to Gowan. Kicks it over to Carson, now back to Gowan. And he'll be grabbed there by Gavin.
Yeah, they're going to do it again. And just a minute left. The Rockets down 37-30, so the Railers are going to have to be strong with the ball, be confident with it, and probably after another couple fouls have to step up and hit some free throws.
And if they did any homework, they know who to foul. I mean, there we go. We'll get it into Carson. We're at the 1 minute mark here in the ball game. Hayes cuts to the basket. Now Carson with it, and he's going to be grabbed there by Swaney.
So the fourth
foul now. Every foul now is two.
Yeah, you're right. Now you want to get the ball in your best free throw shooter's hands if possible, and probably out there on the court right now. I would probably shoot for Comnick or Gowan.
Hayes to inbound. He'll toss it out to Comnick. Comnick guarded there by Bruce, and Comnick's going to be fouled, and he's going to get 2 free throws.
Railers haven't shot many tonight.
No, we haven't.
I'm not sure if we've.
Some big free throws here.
Gowan had one, right? Yeah. He missed one on the end one. So the sophomore will step up to the free throw line to try extend this lead. Again, with the new rule in IHSA, there is no bonus, so Comnick will get 2.
And this here is really does affect the game.
Yeah, you're right. This is where when you're trying to come back, it can hurt you.
Big free throw by Comnick. Raiders up 38-30, 53 seconds to go in the ball game. Second one up and got it. Carson Comnick with 2 huge free throws, and now he'll have a seat for Sanders. A little probably offense for defense.
Yeah, free throw shooting in, and Sanders comes in for your rebounder and your the back of your defense.
45 seconds to go. Rochester with the ball.
Great job of Trey being right there on the catch on that skip pass.
Cox, I'm sorry, that's Melton. Melton feeds it in, but we're going to have a foul on Hayes, and that's all right.
Hurt. Yeah,
nothing hurt.
That's just second team foul on the Railers, so nothing close to the free throws for Rochester.
Watch Bruce here in the corner. Keep an eye on him. Nope, now they're going to move him to the corner. Bruce to inbound in the corner. He'll get it to Cox.
Come back in.
Yep, right back in. Nothing there. Cox going to back down Schilling. Now give it to Bruce off the rim. No good. Sanders there. Tried to get the rebound. Swaney there puts it back up, and the foul.
So big rebound there by the freshman. Swaney puts it up and in, and Sanders will check out now. Comnick back in.
39-32, Railers, 27 seconds to go. And a free throw coming for the Rockets. Up and no good. Rebound Schilling. Gives it to Gowan. And Gowan's going to be fouled there by Gavin. And Gowan's going to get 2 free throws on the foul.
Got to knock him down. 39-32, 23.7 seconds left, and Schilling, the senior, Gowan, headed to the free throw line.
Seven-point lead for the Railers. Let's get this back to 9. Free throw good from Gowan. And second one from Gowan. Rolls in and out, no good. 8-point lead for the Railers with 20 seconds to go.
Still got a foul to give here, so the Railers can be aggressive on their defense, just not on the shot.
Bruce now to Melton. Cox, Melton, can't find anything. Bruce back. Now Cox is going to fire up a 3 off the rim, no good. Carson there with the rebound, and I think Rochester will just let it run out as time expires. Your final, the Lincoln Railers 40, the Rochester Rockets 32. We'll take a commercial break. We come back. We'll have the post-game show here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
The Railers win it here from the Rochester Athletic Complex here on a Saturday evening in Central State 8 play. They improved their record now to 7-3 on the season and 3-1 in Central State 8 play. Rochester falls to 3-5 and 1-3 in conference action with a score of 40-32. And Scott, again, the defense, scrappy, pesty, all over you when you catch the ball. Just lost track basically of Bruce a few times.
Yeah.
I think he had, what did we say, close to 20? 20
yeah.
points out of the 32. Other than that, boy, the Railers did another great defensive effort. Some big threes in the I think late in the third and maybe one in the fourth for Comnick with some 2 free throws down the stretch. Gowan with some 2 free throws. I thought Gowan maybe his best game of the season. Had a big first half. Really kept the Railers in it. I think he had 7 in the first half. Came back with those 2 big free throws to give him 9, maybe 11, somewhere in there. We don't have all the exact stats, but two big guys, some big shots down the stretch for the Railers. And again, sometimes the Railer wins don't look pretty, but it's a W, and especially on the road, you'll take it.
Yeah, it is a W, and Rochester tonight didn't look like they were even interested in going inside. Everything was around the perimeter, and when you got Bruce hitting down threes like that, I guess that's their game plan. But credit to the Railers is tough defense and come out with a big win in the Central State 8. And Central State 8, these games are going to be tough night in, night out. No matter how you win them, a win's a win.
Yeah.
And we'll move on to next Friday.
Because you really hit the slate in the conference after we get back from Collinsville. Really starts the big part of conference play. Again, the Railers in action on Friday as the Panthers from Washington come to town. So another non-conference game for the Railers. And then we talked about Collinsville, and then you hit looks like 3 straight when you get back January 5th, 9th, and 12th, 3 straight conference games. And then Quincy comes to town on January the 13th. So any game you can get, especially on the road in the conference, will keep you right there with looks to be possibly Decatur MacArthur, who I don't know that they've lost a conference game yet. That might be the head of the pack in our league.
Yeah, and you're only seeing these teams once a year. In the past it was usually home and away. With being so many teams now in the Central State 8, the format, you're seeing these guys one time. So you're not going to get another shot at them. So you really have to go in with a good game plan and execute.
We'll send it back to the studios and wait for Coach Alexander to come back to meet us here for the postgame show. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic postgame show. After a Railer W, you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Illinois. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSA and the Illinois Athletic Directors Association.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Welcome back to Rochester, Illinois, as the Lincoln Railers with the big Central State 8 win, 40-32. And joining us now is Coach Neil Alexander. Coach, a tough one here at Rochester. You knew it would be a much improved team. I thought the Railers kind of made Rochester do some things that they didn't want to do tonight. You know, with our defense was relentless tonight. Just kind of struggled offensively a little bit, left some points out there. But, you know, if it wasn't for Bruce, you know, it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, you know, to me, we didn't have the snap that we had last night, whether playing 2 nights in a row. But, you know, you knew coming down here, this is not an easy place to play. And, you know, they play really hard. They got a lot of young kids. I'll tell you what, the conference is going to really be good in a couple years. As many young players as that's around in the league. So, you know, we luckily got out of here. 2 things: a Central State 8 win, and then also a subsectional win too. So that's really, really good for us.
Yeah, Coach, I thought Gowan really helped us really stay in it in the first half. He came in off the bench and hit a big 3 from the top of the key. Then he got a kind of a breakaway layup for a layup, and then he got another breakaway layup where he made it and then got fouled. So 7 big points off of the bench for him, which when points are hard to come by, it's a big help.
Yeah, he played really well. You know, he really gives us a little bit. You know, it's kind of a issue. You take him off the wing with his size where he's rebounding backside, and you put Keon back there. So there might be something that we have done where we've let Aiden play in the front court, and then once we get in the back, try to switch it around to where we don't have Keon rebounding that backside. So there's still some small things to work on, but you know, the kids fought. I thought we had opportunities to just put it away, and we did some things that we shouldn't be doing, and understanding what should be going on. So we'll discuss them in films and and hopefully we can get things cured.
Defense again, though, Coach. I don't know how many turnovers your stat man, Andy Fitz, was not here tonight, but I know at least double digits in the first half by Rochester and probably was close in the second half. Again, other than Bruce, every time when some skip passes, we saw Schilling covering that guy when he immediately caught it. When that guy in the middle caught the ball, we were all over him. They didn't really look too offensive when they caught it in the middle, and boy, it was like piranha once the Railers figured that out.
Yeah, Bruce is a nice shooter, and we've talked to him a lot about it, to be able to get up on him and cover it, and he had a nice basketball game. So, you definitely got to find him and not let him, and I think it was highlighted on the wall in there that he can shoot.
And he can.
Yeah.
He had, 20
out of 32, I think, something like that. So yeah, it was a big top, but some big threes down the stretch. Comnick hit one late in the third quarter, hit one in the fourth quarter, hit some free throws. Gowan with 2 free throws down the stretch that kept that 7-point lead, made yourself just a little more comfortable.
Well, we had the 10-point lead, and then we had a situation that I think we turned it over twice, and I think we turned it over when we had a 10 and gave up a 3 to cut it to 7. I think that might have been after the bad layup, but they understand, but we got to learn that, okay, you understand, but that means you can't do it again. So hopefully they're learning, and they're really concerned about how they're playing and what they're doing, and we've kind of picked practices up a little bit to where we've made the turnovers be a priority. Turn it over in practice, we're running. We've got to get them to understand that ball's worth gold, and we want to make sure that we keep a hold of it.
Well, Coach, you got a week to prepare for, a little under a week to prepare for Washington. It'll be the last game before Christmas break, and right back at Roy S. Anderson Friday night, and got a few days to prepare, get the kids all healed up and ready to go.
Yeah, we do have, and we don't play till Friday night, and it's kind of into the Christmas weekend, but with trying to find dates to play, it's kind of hard. So we'll step up, play, and be ready. It gives us a not such a long break from the last game till the tournament, so hopefully it'll help us get better.
All right, Coach, congratulations on a big win here, and we'll see you Friday night.
Okay, thank you.
That's going to do it for us here in Rochester. Our next broadcast will be Friday, December 22nd at 7 p.m. as the Railers are at home to take on the Panthers from Washington High School. Our broadcast will begin with the pregame show starting at 6:30. The Raiders now stand at 7-3 overall, 3-1 in the Central State 8. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome. We'd like to thank our listeners for listening, and our viewers for viewing, and our sponsors for sponsoring. This has been a production of WLCN Sports 96.3 FM. We ask you patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball. For station manager Jim Ash, studio producer Jolie Lurcher, cameraman and social media coordinator Lloyd Kirby, and Josh Comnick, this is Scott Kirby. Once again, the final score, Lincoln 40, Rochester 32. Good afternoon, or good evening, everyone. It's time to send you back to the station for the Classic Rock Experience on the Nighttime Fix 96.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School boys basketball. WLCN's coverage of Rail Splitter basketball is sponsored by Bees Landscaping for all your outdoor landscaping projects and needs. Located at 1302 State Route 10 East on the east edge of Lincoln. Call 217-732-4300. Brian Clark State Farm Insurance for home, auto, life, and health insurance needs. See Brian to review a quote, for help understanding your current policy, or to get started on your personal price plan. Stop by the office at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Chase Lowry, your Edward Jones financial advisor, located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office, member SIPC. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent. Call 217-737-7581. Darren Powell State Farm Insurance, located on the square in Mount Pulaski at 114 East Cook Street, offering competitive rates on auto, home, life, and business insurance. Phone 217-792-3371. Expedia Cruises, offering air, land, and sea vacations. Located at 1520 East College Street in Normal, call Greg Phillips at 309-429-6280. First National Bank in Tremont, your local community bank that strives to build relationships and is trusted with your community's financial needs. Located at 710 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Visit TremontBank.com to learn more about products and services. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and to attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Find them on Facebook or learn more at myfgec.org. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Lincoln Land Communications, located at 1326 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Serving the area since 1986, Lincoln Land Communications provides sales and service for security cameras, two-way radios, commercial phone and sound systems, LED lighting, car stereos, and much more. Call 217-735-5454. Me Realty. Locally owned and operated, Me Realty is Logan County's top producing real estate agency year after year. Call 217-735-5424 or browse listings online at merealty.com. Sal Polis, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, located at 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 217-732-4001. Schneider Masonry, Family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Rail Splitter basketball. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.